For thousands of years, the Council of Worlds spoke of unity, peace, and progress. They told the younger races that the stars had always belonged to the great civilizations the Vale, the Solari, the Thol. They swore that the galaxy had never known the touch of a species too violent, too ambitious, too reckless, to be trusted with freedom. But that was not the truth. There was a world they tried to erase, a world hidden behind veils of silence, locked in a prison of gravity wells and broken space, a world that had been humanity's cradle. Earth, the Council's records said, it was uninhabitable, consumed in its own wars. They outlawed any mention of it, declaring it a dead rock unworthy of remembrance. To speak its name aloud was treason, to search for it was death. The galaxy forgot, at least. That's what the Council believed. But humanity had not been destroyed. Humanity had endured. The seal around Earth was the greatest work of engineering in history. Warp currents bent away from the system. Navigation arrays collapsed into static. Entire fleets that tried to pierce the veil vanished without a trace. Even the stars around Sol were shifted to mislead explorers. It was a prison not just of matter, but of memory itself. Inside, humanity changed. Generations passed in exile, under the crushing silence of their own sky. They remembered the betrayal, the Council's fleets descending with fire to strip them of their colonies, to drive them back to the cradle they had tried to leave. But they also remembered something else, the promise of the stars. They did not die. They did not fade. They waited in secret. They built ships beyond the understanding of the galaxy. They bent the very laws of physics the Council thought unbreakable. They turned their prison into a forge, and when the seal finally cracked after 10,000 years, humanity emerged not as the fragile species they had once been, but as predators reborn. The first worlds to feel their return never had a chance. A Council listening post at the edge of the Arden Expanse caught a signal it could not decrypt. Seconds later, every system within 100 light-years went dark. Merchant fleets vanished into silence. Patrol squadrons were found drifting, gutted from within. On every ruined vessel, the same words were burned into the metal. Humanity cannot be contained. The Council dismissed the reports. Impossible, they said. Humanity was gone. But fear spread like wildfire. The whispers grew. Ghost ships seen in the void. Soldiers with human faces moving like shadows. Entire colonies freed overnight. That then came the proof. The Battle of Alone's Gate was supposed to be a demonstration of power. The Council's combined fleets, over 300 warships, armed with weapons that could split moons, arrayed themselves against the unknown intruders. They waited for the humans to come. The humans did not wait. They appeared inside the formation, their ships black as the abyss, silent, featureless, moving as if the void itself obeyed their will. The battle lasted less than an hour. When it ended, the Council's pride was scattered as wreckage across the stars, and the humans were gone. The galaxy finally understood. Earth had returned, but humanity's war was not one of conquest. They did not build empires or demand surrender. They struck chains from slaves, toppled tyrants, burned the flags of oppressors. To the broken and the forgotten, they were saviors. To the mighty and the arrogant, they were nightmares. Everywhere they went, their message spread. You tried to erase us. You tried to hide us. But we remember, and we are free. The Council panicked. Worlds loyal to them broke away, fearing human reprisal. The Solari Chancellor demanded new alliances, but even her voice trembled when she admitted the truth to her inner circle. We sealed them to protect the galaxy, but perhaps we sealed them to protect ourselves. For in their exile, humanity had not just survived. They had grown. They wielded weapons no scientist could explain, strategies no admiral could counter. They seemed to know the Council's every move before it was made. Some whispered that they had learned to listen not just to signals, but to the very fabric of time itself. And still, no one knew their true numbers. Were there billions, hidden within Earth's broken sky, waiting to rise? Or were they only a few thousand ghosts, fighting with the fury of a civilization denied? It did not matter. The fear was enough. On worlds across the galaxy, the people began to speak Earth's name again, not as a curse, but as hope. The forgotten world had become legend reborn, a shadow that stalked tyrants in their sleep. And with every strike, with every liberation, the galaxy's belief grew stronger. Nothing could contain humanity anymore. The Council's final gamble was desperate. They gathered their remaining fleets, rallied their armies, and struck directly at Sol, hoping to end the humans once and for all. But when they breached the seal, what they found was not a fragile blue world in chains. They found a fortress. They found a people united not by empire or greed, but by survival, by memory, by defiance. And as the Council's fleets burned, the humans spoke their final truth across every channel, every frequency, every star. We are Earth, we are humanity. You tried to hide us, bury us, forget us. But we are the fire that endures, the storm that breaks chains, the voice that will never be silenced. We are forever. The galaxy trembled, because humanity had returned, and this time nothing could stop them.